M0FXB, welcome to my video on unboxing the Yaesu FTM-200. Now I do have the 300, excellent radio, very happy with it, but I couldn't resist comparing it to the 200. Now what I like about this unit that's just been delivered, it came from Walters and Stanton UK and it's been properly packaged. It has this large FedEx box surrounding it, protecting the inner box, which is what we want to see when expensive items, items of £200, £300, are posted out. They should never be posted in their original box. There should be something surrounding that box to protect the original box, because it does affect the value and the experience of the buyer. So well done to Walters and Stanton and Moonraker for doing that so far. So let's get this packaging off. So I did buy from one seller, a very big reputable seller, and they said, well, it doesn't matter if the box has been damaged, the original box, because at least it did its job and protect the radio. When I eventually asked them to send me another one with that does not have a damaged box, they ignored me and asked me to shop elsewhere. Begrudgingly gave me a partial refund. If you look here, extra packing inside the box, inside this FedEx box as well. Okay, so here it is. So it's a different head unit than the FTM-300. Right. You have two less buttons, but you have push buttons here, and the buttons around the screen, there's less of them. So it's a simpler radio. It's a single receive dual band C4FM radio, which does PDN, HRI, everything you'd expect from a Yaesu radio. And it's described as, let's have a look here on the front, digital C4FM, 144, 430 megahertz. And it's really, it's the latest model, I would say. What does that say? New stock, NEV stock. Anyway, EU model. So very similar box to the FTM-400, 300. So let's take out now. The FTM-400, of course, has a much bigger screen, but they discontinued it. But it's probably my favourite one in the way of when I'm using APRS. I get to see a nice big screen when the packets come through. I do like a big screen. So let's just get that to start to slide out. And I am a real believer in keep your box in mint condition, because it sort of shows that you, so there's our box there, it sort of shows that you care about your product. So nice manual, very detailed manual, black and white there. Same microphone that we're getting with the FTM-300. I've actually got a Bluetooth version of this that connects. It's not made by Yaesu, but it connects to your radio, but doesn't need Bluetooth. The module that it provides Bluetooth it comes with the microphone. You just plug it into the normal microphone port. Anyway, so it's the SSM85 is the standard mic, and I've used these mics. They're excellent, and they control the radio, and pretty much do everything you want it to do. I'm pretty sure if you hold down the star, you disconnect from a room on Fusion. But anyway, so we're going to need the microphone. You've got the stand with the normal sticky bottom, just for standing the head units on, and the screw that's going to attach the head unit to the base, just like so. We will be using that. We've got that here on the 300. Well, there's also microphone brackets, screws for mounting the base unit, which is a retractable one. This is an important part, the connection. It's got a very long connection for the head unit, and if anything, it's too long. I prefer a shorter one for when it's mounted. Hopefully that will come as well. But there's a nice long one there. Okay, let's lift off where the main radio is. These cases are all the same size. I've got the 300, the 400, the 200. And these are all identical. Even when you take the lid off to install the Bluetooth module, which is very easy. With the Bluetooth module, you do have to take these 2 screws off here at the front as well. And it's literally just a plastic housing, just comes away with the, take off the 4 screws, and you've got Bluetooth module about here, and I think the voice unit there, so that the radio talks to you. We don't have to have them, of course. So on the back, so we look here. Data connector, which you'll use for your HR-200. I'm pretty sure that's 10 pin. Look at that one, that's been blanked off there. So speaker, exit speaker B, but that's blanked off. Exit speaker A, not blanked off. I'm going to try and zoom it in. There you go. Fan, PL259, nice and simple. There's your head unit there. We've got the control head plugs in there, microphone goes in there. You can put in the camera microphone. You've got your firmware switch at the bottom there as well for the main unit. And you've got the sort of retractable clip that will, on the head unit, that so it clips into place so you can mount it. You don't have to have it mounted, but yeah, it looks like nice job. You've got the, it's quite small on here, the retractable unit for the bass. Very good system actually, and apparently it fits the 400, 300, is it? 400, 300, 200? Try it, I'm not sure. And it just literally snaps into place. You just got the releases here, look. Push the release and slide back. I think that's very good. And they've all got the same DC connector there. Now they don't come with an SCU20 cable, these. I think the new one is SCU, double check, it's SCU, is it 57 or 58? But anyway, check it out, Google it. But you are going to need this SCU cable for PDN mode, etc. and for some programming. There is a cable that comes in the box, but it's for firmware programming. The free software, which I think is ADMF 15, won't work with the cable, but it will work with an SD card. So that's the free included cable for programming. Yeah, I mean for firmware. There you go, firmware. Firmware is, it's a bit complicated on these Yaesu radios, but it's doable, isn't it? So the head unit. Now the head unit is a different design, similar but different design than the FTM-200. We'll show them when they're turned on, but look, you've got push button here on the right. The left one, I'm not sure if the left one is push. And then you've VFO memory right by the looks of it. The big one is the PMG, one button, one touch. That's very nice. F menu for short menu, and the big menu. DISP, and you're going to get your scope, squelch, channel knob, and then different bands. And there's the cable there, so it is included. So to get it on the stand, and we will take off this, but I do still keep these, even though I take them off. I just sort of stick them to the rest, and I'll get a proper screen protector. So there's the front. Let's get these boxes out the way. Now you do have the ability to connect the camera microphone here, and it will work as a normal microphone. And by the looks of it, what does that say there? Sorry, my eyes aren't that great. External GPS on the right hand side as well, and SD card just pushes in there. So that's our head unit. Let's compare it to the 300. So I would say the 300, I don't know, it feels heavier. There's more buttons. They're both nice. The appeal for this one is mainly the PGM and the simplicity of using it. It's simpler to use. They're both 50 watt, I think, 25 watt radios. Both going to be nice. I mean, the 300 is dual receive, simultaneous, so it's two receive VFOs. It's only single in the 200. The pricing when you buy these, they're actually very similar price to buy. So, I mean, you don't get Bluetooth in the 200, and that's quite an expensive unit to buy and add. You know, nearly £100. So, at the moment in the UK, the best value is easily the 300, easily, because it includes the Bluetooth unit. So if someone said, which one would you get? I would straight away say, well, yeah, I'd get the 300, but you don't get this instant PMG mode and this style as well. I mean, you pay for what you prefer. The styling is important, I think, of of what the radio looks like. Let's just put the bracket on there. I'm trying to think the best way. Yeah, you want pretty sure the cable to go over it, I would say. Put the screw in the back. So it's going to stand like that. But anyway, let's move the boxing and then we'll start setting this up and getting it working, getting it on air, have some contacts. Yeah, I should have said that the power lead is tucked away in the end there. It's quite hidden, but there's your power lead as well. In the 400, they actually used to give you the SCU20 cable included. So if you ever get a 400, say to them, can I have my SCU20? Because they're worth £60. Okay, we've got our unit here ready. Rear unit, we're going to plug in the control port to the left socket here. Like so. Now you sort of have to bend the cable a bit, but we could clip it into the front. Has like a release here, and it just clip it in on this side here with these prongs here, a couple of prongs here, and then clip it in, and then it goes like that, but I'm not going to use it in that way. Let's get the microphone in. And you can't plug the original microphone into the front unit. You have to go just here to the right of the control head. Clips in there like so. Now we get our power supply connected. Just clip that together there, and we're using this budget power supply here, but I think it's 30, pretty sure it's 30 amps, 13.8 volts, red to red, black to black. Right, for antenna, just for demonstration, I've got this mount, this sort of magnetic mount, 2m70, which I think is really cool, and it was actually a gift with from Moonraker it came included with my Anytone 578, so I'm going to use that today. So connected there, PL259, and I will say that Moonraker, Radio World and Walton Stanton have all packaged their items correctly and given excellent service even when there's a problem, which really makes a difference. Okay, so antenna, power connected, head unit connected, microphone connected. Let's do the first time turn on, but I know that when you first turn these on, it will ask for your call sign, so make sure our power supply is turned on. Flick that on. Oh, it looks like it's coming on anyway, without having to push the button. Probably been on before then. Let's just dim it down so we can see that a bit clearer. quite a bright screen, but you saw that then. So F, that's the short press. Long press, LCD brightness. You can select with the knob and then turn it like so. Keep it on minimum. Back out. Let's see if I can find out where to put my call sign. So remember, I've never used this radio. It's very bright, isn't it? It's bright in a good way, not a bad way. Let's find call sign. So it's a very long menu. I mean, the call sign menu is number 118. I back out, hold it down. 118, that's quite a long-winded way of getting to things, but anyway. So we'll select call sign and then we'll delete everything. So to move it to the right, there's a little right arrow here. Go to the right. Okay, and then you can move things over, and then you've got a left arrow as well. To select a letter, just turn it to a letter. You put a letter in there, and there is a back one here as well to the bottom right, like so. So anyway, let's put my call sign in. We'll go, and you can put some characters after it. So M. You do need to put an APRS call sign as well, separately to this. Letters, it does need to be a 0, it won't work on C4FM. I've made that mistake. Not an O. Back to letters, if you push A, B, C. F. X, B. And then what I'll do is I'll put a dash. I think that will be in the numbers. 1, 2, 3, select that, and I'll put the dash. Then back to A, B, C to get letters. And I'm going to put FT-200. Has it got enough for that? I might just put 200 for now. I like people to know what radio I'm on. And I think you're only allowed 2 characters, so I'm going to put 4 characters. So I'm going to put 2. You could put your name, I suppose, you know, abbreviated. Yeah. And I think that's it. And then to save it, you press DISP. I just checked that did work. No, it didn't. So let me just double check with the manual. Right, same again, but this time we're going to hold down the channel change. Let's go back in just to make sure. Push the channel change. Yeah, call sign's in there. Let's just back out. And then we'll turn it on and off just to make sure that the call sign's in there. M0FXB 200, and if you put your APRS in, I'm sure that it shows that as well. So that's our call sign. So let's just type in the frequency of my hotspot first, which is 438.575. And then we need to select DN mode. We've changed the colour to red. You can do blue as well, which you can't do on the FTM-200. The mode is the DX button, so there's DN. No activity, so let's put it on to the B band, and we'll type in my all-star node. 434.550, I'm pretty sure it is. That's FM, turn the volume up. Let's bring my all-star node to life. Now I would normally use my all-star node. Let me just key the mic, see if it's picking it up. No, it looks like it's turned off. We hit F menu, change the power to lower, I would say. So select, highlight it in orange, and then turn it to low, push that channel knob again, and then let's look for squelch, because we need 77 squelch. Toning code for that. Turn it again to where it says tone. Go back to 77, where it's a simplex frequency. Back out, just briefly press. We don't want a minus shift. Let's just quickly try that. There you are, that is my node that's coming back. That's good news. So what we'll do is just see if we can use the DTMF key, the DTMF on this. The good thing with these Yaesu radios is that they come pretty standard with DTMF, so you literally just key the microphone and dial, which I'll do in a sec. There is a menu. If you go, hold down F, go down to 41 and select, you can store a DTMF. So we click select like so, and then the one I use the most is star, and then 41522. You probably won't use this system, but you know, it's a good way of remembering it. And I think hold down, is it? There you are, it's in there, and go back. And what you've got to do is tell it to use, if you go back, DTMF here. If I do that, you have to go back into the menu to number 12 and turn that on, that function. So number 12, it's an auto DTMF, auto dialer, and when you select this, turn it on, and then when you back out, it appears up here. That's an auto dialer. Now let's try and actually use it. So we'll try and just key and push number 1 first. That doesn't do it, so we'll go back to 40. 40 was it? There it is. Push it again. Let's go back. Don't think that's the correct number, so let's go back in and change that. Number 40, go back, hold it again, 40, select, and then push the mic. It does do it, it's quite fast. I'm sure you can change settings to slow that, but that didn't work anyway. Let's back out, and let's just do it the traditional way then. So we're going to hold the PTT, star, 3, 4, 1, 5, 2, 2. And that's my all-star node, and that will come to life. Let's just check go to the B. On the B, let's get rid of that shift and see if we can activate my hotspot, which is turned on at the moment, and that's the frequency. It's simplex. We've got our call sign in there. Just need to get rid of that minus shift. So I'll briefly press the F. Go to, where is it? Looking for, is it that one there? Repeater minus, let's just select that a minute. Right, okay, let's just do that again. It's interesting, so if you push the F menu and you do go to the repeater reverse, it just it reverses the repeater shift, and you push this like so, and when you go back to it, it's been reversed, it's flashing now. Push F menu, it says reverse, push it again, and it says normal. I don't know why they didn't put a shortcut for minus shift there. It would have made a lot more sense. But anyway, if you go back out, hold down, go to menu 25, like so. There's your repeater shift. Select. Now there's the frequency, repeater shift frequency. Let's push F again, hold it down, go to 24, repeater shift, and then we can select plus or minus, auto. like so. Now we can turn this, go back a minute. I noticed in the shortcut, look, you've got automatic repeater shift, so I'd rather turn that off, to be honest. I'd like to know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's just see if we hit the D button. If it joins, it's got simplex frequency. I know it's not in the memory yet. And we're just going to go hold down our DX button and see if it connects. Oh, that's good. And then we'll go to America Link. See if it joins. It's been quiet on there this morning. No data, so it didn't join that time. If someone's talking, you'll get that sometimes. You can go search. You can go do a direct search. Or all. So let's do all. When you click all, it will list. Someone spoke then. So there is someone there. And look, you can go down. It shows you how many are connected. When you get to the bottom of the list, and there's HubNet, that's always active, isn't it? So yeah, lots to choose from. You get to the bottom of the list, it automatically refreshes. I mean, it's just such a good system, isn't it? We're going to need to register this with WiresX so we can use our PDN mode, which is using the SCU cable. So we need to get the radio ID number. Let's find out where that is. We'll leave it on this one here, see if someone speaks. So we'll just back out for now. Just do come out of menu and then just go hold down the X. It was still connected, but we just backed out of the WiresX system. Let's find where our number is. So radio ID is menu 59. It's funny how they've done this long list menu, because when it had lots of little grids, it sort of broke it up into, say, lots of menus of 10 or 20. Having a long list of 120 menus seems a very long-winded way to do things. So anyway, select it. We want to see our radio ID. There it is. There. Oh, it just appears. You go to 59, it says it there, and I'm pretty sure my eyesight's rubbish. Is that FBBOL? Right, I think that's it now. We'll start to do separate videos on each function. Let's back out. I'm just going to try this PMG function. Let's just hold this down. We've got one in there. Okay, let's back out. Let's go to the B section and put that in there. So we'll see if that puts it in there or adds an additional one. No, I've never used this. Yeah, we've got two in there. Okay. Just need some activity. Brief press to come out. And if we add I know it's VFO or memory. If we type in one of my local repeaters, I think now, actually let's go back. We're just pushing the PTT. We just go 430925 and just hold down PMG. And we should have 3 in there. And then we can, there's no activity. Oh, there's something came up there. And you can, if you press, it says auto now, it should scan, I think, automatically. But if you press the channel button on the left, it changes to auto, and you've scanned stopped, look. And you can select the one you want. Press it again, and it's automatically scanning all of them. It says auto, and you see the activity. So if you've got 5 of your favorite channels there, it's going to look quite good, isn't it? Press it. DISP, that's our scope. Look, we can see there's activity there. It's probably one of my hotspots. Yeah, that's my DMR hotspot. So the scope looks nice. Press, and I think if you press and hold, you start to get that. You know, the compass direction stuff. Main menu. It's just the only thing I think is a bad idea. I'm not really sure why they've done this. Is this very long menu? I wonder if you can select a menu with the microphone. So we hold down and type in a number, 2, 3. No, it just seems very long-winded to do that. Okay, well, let's end it for now. We'll do lots of little videos on this. We'll back out. You can see it's A and B mode there. Group mode if we want it as well, with the GM button. To get it into the Wires X mode, you just turn the radio off, hold down the DX and turn it on. Let's just do it on this. I'll do a separate video, but we'll do it now just briefly. Turn it off, like so, and then we'll just hold the DX and turn on. And then we're now in Wires X PDN. Let's turn it off. Same again to reverse that. Like so, back to normal mode. And if we hold, no, I didn't hold it long enough. Let's do that. Off. Hold the DX, turn on. Should get us back into normal mode. There you are. Now if we turn it off, hold them both down. We're in what they call HRI portable mode. Sorry, it's a bit fiddly doing this. And it's in this mode. As far as I know, you could also actually, when you've got your external radio connected, but I could be wrong, you could actually change rooms using that radio instead of having to use this radio. Plus this is the mode, I'm sure, that the radio will behave like it has a HRI 200 connected to it. But of course it will, you can use a HRI 200. It's got the 10-pin connector at the back. So, okay, well, there you are. I think I've selected everything for now. It's, you know, we're going to cover every function. Just a quick one on the squelch, I suppose. Let's quickly do that. Of course, volume control here. On the left, you see the slider. Volume there. Select squelch. And there you are. Push the channel knob for squelch. Goes up. It's quite hard to see, but it's going up in yellow. There. Squelch again. A and B. And then VFO memory. We've not got any memories in there. If you're in VFO, go back to VFO. Pretty sure, let's just say you want that as a memory. You just hold down VM. Select the one you want to with the channel knob. And then you can write it. Now if you do that again, hold down VM. Go back to it. Select with the channel. You can name it. Go down to tag. Select. Let's call it BB for now. Hold down channel, and then you've named it and click OK. If we go back to VFO, memory, we have BB named. And you can change the color on the screen within the menu. You can change it to blue and red. Just hold down F menu. Just so you know, number 8 is TX power. 10 is mic gain. 2 is LCD brightness. 3 is frequency color. With number 4, band scope, select that. Look, you've got wide and narrow. Pretty good. 5 is location info, so I'm guessing that you've got compass, numeric. If you want to select digital voice wide, you do have to tell it in menu 14. PMG clear is 20. Automatic repeater is 23. Repeater shift 24. And repeater shift amount 7.6. There is 25. Date and time is 28. Frequency step and clock is 31, 32. Recording is 38, 39. Squelch type, that's going to be one you use quite a lot. Select 42. Look, tone encode, tone squelch, reverse tone, DCS. That's 42. The most common one you'll use is tone encode. Push it, then the tone frequency, that's a common one. So for 70 centimeters, it tends to be 77. For 2 meters, it tends to be 94.8. Pager codes. You notice it'll show a few. There's your radio ID again at 59. Edit categories. So categories, when you're linked to your hotspot, you can save rooms. APRS, I bet that's a long menu. It's off at the moment, but 73 is APRS on. That's a key one. APRS mute, so you don't hear that sound. You know, that's the APRS sound. You can turn that off. Beacon TX. So all your settings for APRS are actually just at the bottom, at the last end of the list, which I still don't see why they didn't do a grid for this like they have with all the other radios. It just makes no sense. APRS call sign, you definitely want that in there. Let's put that in there while we're here. So just do, for my test, I use 6, so we just go M, choose numbers, 0, back to letters. It feels like it goes on forever, but once you've done this, then you're sorted, aren't you? F, X, B, and we want to go, just put the numbers in, so forward, then go, just for test, I do 0, 6, so I know it's me, and I hold the channel, and that's in there. Now when you turn the radio off and on, turn it back on, it should show that. There you are, call sign and APRS. Hold down F again, just get to the last few, message group, my position, and that's it. So what I will say is go to 50, if I was you, I'm going to do this right now myself, go to 59, get your radio ID and register, put into Google Wires X, create an account and then register your radio ID number so you can use PDN mode when you get your SCU20 cable, which you may as well get because it's very useful for programming and RT systems, things like that. So thanks for watching my channel. It looks like it's going to be a fun radio. I'm not really sure which one I prefer, whether it's the FTM-200. You know, I still think, you know, being honest, my personal opinion, now I've got them both in front of me, that the 300 is a better buy. The menu structure seems easier to me. You get dual receive. Yeah, you don't get the PMG. Back out.
And I'm just, I got 40 meters usable with my internal.
Which is a very cool function.
I need to get it down.
You know, you can have 5 of these in there.
I'm watching a video on how to do that, how to tune it. The 80 meters.
That sells it for me, and it's a nice design, but I still think at the moment, at the prices that they are,
last year,
I still think the 300 is the one to go for, even after an hour tinkering. But is it a nice radio? Yeah, it's a lovely radio. Lovely radio. Thanks for watching my channel. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Catch you on air. We'll be doing individual videos for every single function on this radio. Bye for now. 7-3.